Hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you are doing great. So today we're going to talk about the same skills that we were discussing the other day. If you remember with double sticks, redirecting plus redirecting plus the third beat and fourth beat, redirecting plus strike, third beat and fourth beat, redirecting and striking the strike, third beat and fourth beat. But now we're going to do it off of the strikes of number 3 and number 4. If you remember, first case scenario was redirecting and redirecting plus third and fourth, right? So we're going to keep the same kind of scheme. We're going to focus on redirecting and redirecting. Now, if you remember, when I'm attacked this from this side, I redirect with the left one and then I continue with the right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to redirect with the first one, striking the strike. In this case, I'm going to strike the strike, but in a redirecting manner, meaning I'm going to strike by redirecting to the other side rather than opposing the strike. Got it? So I'm going to make contact and pass it to the other side, and I'm going to move with the other one too. So again, slow, this, one more time, 1 and 2. I'm going to go back to the positions, it's easier, 1, 2, and go back. One more time, 1, 2, and go back. One more time, 1, striking, and 2. So the idea is to pass it to the other side and move it out of the way. So strike and pass it to the other side. Now, the main difference is that before, the angle comes 45 degrees down, so it was kind of easier to catch it. The problem with a horizontal strike like this, especially when it comes so quickly, is that the timing has to be a little bit more precise. Now, there's a little trick, not trick, but it's kind of obvious, that you can do to maximize your efficacy when you pass it to the other side. It's by angling a little bit more towards the ground, meaning I angle towards the ground and I press down into the side here, down into the side. Rather than just focusing on passing to the side, I actually push down into the side. So imagine that your goal is to push down into the side, like this, down into the side. So that's the idea. Again, down into the side, I continue with the other one. Now, obviously, the second one, if you have been efficient, is going to be not too late, but you're not going to probably aim for the stick, but mostly for the hand. Why? Look at it. Here, I continue, I strike, and once the first rejection occurs, look at where the stick is probably going to be, right here. So the second hand or the second stick is going to be pushing farther away, but it's already farther from this point, right? But it's not farther from the hand. Look at where the hand is, regardless of where the stick is. So again, here, it's closer, even if I go all the way through to my body. So that's the target of the second hand when you redirect. One is the stick, the other one is more of the hand. So one more time, stick and hand. One more time, stick and hand. Got it? But again, by redirecting, not striking, although obviously you're gonna strike, but 1, 2. Now, first hand was left, second hand was the right. Now, third hand is gonna be left to check on the hand, and fourth one is gonna be your strike to the head all the way through. So I'm gonna repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay attention to what I'm doing with the stick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it? So if I go for the other side, I'm going to maintain the same idea. Remember that when we started from the other side, when it was high, I did right hand and left hand. So now I start with the right hand redirecting. So I'm going to do the same thing with this angle. In this case, right hand comes first, second hand comes the other one. So one more time, 1, 2. One more time, 1, 2. One more time, 1, 2. Pay attention that the hand here crosses to the other side. So I don't do this and remain in the center. So I really want to go exaggerating this movement. So it's kind of like leaving this pointing up here, like this. Why? Because otherwise, if I leave it in the center, I'm gonna interrupt my own hand, right? So again, striking, striking. Now from this angle, I'm gonna start with number 3, checking with the right hand, okay? So I'm gonna repeat 1, 2, 3. Now pay attention to also to this hand. 1, is that actually a redirection, but you have to emphasize a little bit of movement. It cannot be just this. Look, 1, 2. You see? Also striking, going to the other side, striking and going to the other side. And as I usually say, do not extend. It's this. Emphasize more of your body mechanics than your wrist. 1, 2. Now for number 3, look at what I do. From this position, I'm gonna step. You see, I'm opening this by moving this back. So the right hand goes to the front, the left one goes to the back. Now, if you leave this elbow too far away, you're gonna have a hard time, right? Because you're gonna have to do this to exchange. So that's why once you do this, 1, 2, it should be kind of like, your elbow should be kind of like next to your body rather than to the side of the body. So in front of your body would be ideal. So when you do this, it's already easier for you to attack. So again, 1, 2, 3, and then from this position, 4. Okay, I'm gonna repeat from this angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it? Again, keep in mind that this is just a coordination phase. I would say don't over obsess about anything else, the power and the speed, because right now it's not useful. You're learning how to coordinate first, okay? Now, that was the first case scenario. The second case scenario is striking and, redirecting and striking the hand, right? So remember that it was this when it came from the top, but now that it's in the midsection, it's gonna be first one redirecting and the second one striking the hand. So again, like this, one more time, this and this. Make sure that when you do it, I'm gonna do it from the center, that you really redirect this and then you really strike. The redirection cannot happen horizontally because you're gonna hit yourself against the stick. So make sure that you redirect towards the ground, kind of, look at where I'm pointing, to pass the stick, and then the other one comes kind of like cutting in a scissor shape, okay? In this case, cutting this way. Again, one more time, this, and go back. So, 1, 2. Now, first one was the left hand that redirects, second one was this one that attacks. Now I'm gonna step. Third one is going to be the blue to check. Because remember that if I'm striking in this position, probably the force that is going to prevail is going to be the striking, right? So in this case, 1, 2, striking is going to move that hand a little bit more towards the right side of the opponent. And in this case, I'm going to check that hand with my left hand. Why? Because I started with the left hand. So again, 1, 2, 3. Now look at where my stick is on my shoulder. And in this case, I can strike all the way through. So I'm going to repeat 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through. One more time. 1, 2, 3 all the way through. Got it? Now, against the other side, the other angle is going to be the same, except that now I'm starting the redirection as usual with the right because it's coming from that side here, and then I'm striking with the other one all the way through. So again, down, downwards, horizontal. Don't forget about that. This is very important that you distinguish this, then this. This will not redirect, plus you will hit yourself. So again, downwards, so you're not in the same line as the attack. The attack is happening in this side, so your hand is not going to remain in the same height as the attack. So here, this, again, this, one more time, this, plus horizontal strike here, one more time, plus horizontal strike, this, one more time, here, all the way through. So one more time, this. As I said before, yes, temporarily I'm crossing, but that's not the idea. The idea is for you to strike in this position and focus on that, okay? So 1, 2, first one was right, second one was left, now it's right again, pushing, right? Now why in this direction? Because again, look at what happened. 1, 2, I'm probably pushing that away a little more towards the center, so I strike right there rather than to the other side completely. So again, maybe from the front it's going to be easier. When I do this and I go striking to the other one, the hand is probably going to move a little more towards the center or towards that side, then continue towards the other side. So again, 1, 2, one more time. 1 striking down, very important, striking to the other side, third center. And then from this position, look at what happened. This is on my shoulder and this one is to the center. Careful with this to open and try to strike and coming and hitting, interrupting your own strike. So to solve this, I'm gonna open now. You see how I'm opening and angling this, okay? So I'm gonna repeat this angle, 1, 2, 3, look, 4. I'm gonna repeat one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2. Slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? And again, I know this is kind of like pushing rather than striking, because in this case, this type of strikes are just to distract for something else rather than to cause a lot of damage. One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? So that was the second option. Third option would be redirecting plus striking the strike. So in this case, redirecting and striking the strike. One more time, redirecting and striking the strike. One more time, redirecting and striking the strike. Slow, 1, 2. So it was left first, right second, and now third is going to be the left, and then fourth is going to be a strike to the head. So I'm going to repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay attention to the hand and how I switch, slow, redirecting, striking the strike. Now it's under my armpit, look from here, step, open. Got it? I'm going to repeat, here, 1, 2, 3. And then from this position, I switch and I strike all the way through, okay? One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna do the same against the other attack, in this case, redirecting and striking the strike. Look at what happened, redirecting and striking the strike. One more time, redirecting and striking the strike, redirecting and striking the strike. 1, 2, and then from this position, 3. I'm gonna repeat so you can see it from the front. 1, redirecting, striking the strike, and then look from this position, 3, checking, and 4, all the way through. So one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only problem is with the switching between one and the other one. I'm gonna repeat, 1, 2, 3. Now, same as before, if you leave on the third beat too close to your to the side rather than closer to the center, it's going to be more difficult for you to be efficient when you switch from that to this. You're going to interrupt your own block or your own third beat. So to avoid that, 1, 2, closer to the center, 3 is just easier. So again, here, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? So as much as you can, try to make sure that you differentiate between a redirection and a strike, especially when we're talking about third case scenario. 1, 2. One more time, 1, redirection, striking the strike, 3, 4. You don't have to do it with power and a lot of speed, as I said before. In this case, you're just coordinating. So focus just on the hands on this video. That's it. And after you get it, you can just start focusing a little more on the mechanics and how to execute proper strength or apply a lot of powers to the move. But so far, no power, no speed, just literally coordinating the hands. We will dedicate another video to proper mechanics on middle section and lower section. But as of right now, I would say just focus on the coordination. Train as many times as possible. And as usual, see you in the next video. Wish.